Now you can see here I'm actually cutting these all up into polygonic shapes. Oh my, you're not even seeing me cut. There we go. So I'm cutting these up in kind of polygonic shapes. So there we go. What I do here is basically I'll take off all the undesirables. Make sure there's no eyes. Always get the best of the potato. See, if you don't notice it, a bit of a black spot right in there. Take, right there. Make sure you bring the proper method. Now I really like my shapes. I don't like squares. All right, they don't turn right. They just stay in one spot and don't do anything. If you cut all your potatoes and yams and carrots and everything like that into these shapes, it will stir better. It will cool. It will just like what rocks would do, and it will cook better. All right. Oh, take a look at that shape. Nice, huh? I like that shape. We're gonna. I lost a potato. That has a lot of eyes in there. Let's break that out of that. I'm gonna cut that undesirable edge off. There we go. You're like, why am I cutting so slow? Well, I could do this fast, but I'm filming today. And I'm also here to show you, it's always good to have a little bit of patience while cutting and cooking. I mean, you can cut any way you want. I'm just going. Make sure your chops are really good. All I'm gonna just cut, and then we're gonna. Oh yeah, so it's like, why is he chopping so weird? Why is he doing that? As I said, it just allows it to see how it just goes in between each other and literally mingles in with each other really well. It'll do that in the process of the cooking. Oh, there's another eye on that. Don't want that in my food. No bitterness. That's not a good thing to eat, stuck eye, because it's not, I mean, it's just a root of a root. What the heck? I don't want the root of the root. I'm gonna take those off. All right. There's this skin right here, so I'm gonna chop it down to half. And now you see why we always check our potatoes for undesirables, especially when these are organic, non-GMO. You just can't do it baked. You'd be like biting into one of these and eating it, and you don't want to do that. This is not good to eat. I'm like, You can see I just got this whole potato, but the thing is, though, don't throw the whole potato unless it goes all the way through. All right. So let's grab another one. I kind of saw that coming, and that one right there, because this is like you do this forever, you realize you just basically notice all the undesirables without even trying. It becomes basically instinct, knowing what potato has it in and how deep it is, really. You know, I like fingerlings. Fingerlings are great, very tasty, very young potato growth. They're not starchy, and I do not like starchy potatoes like Idaho. I am not a fan of Idaho. It is a potato. Let's scrub this. I would like to show you my process of cleaning, but this is I just cleaned it, and I used a coconut brush like this. And what it allows me to do is clean my potatoes underneath that water really well, breaking all particles off out through the pores of the skin. Coconut brush like this, and a nice little hand on, you're just doing all kinds of scrubbing with that, with every root. This gets everything pretty much, breaking things apart with these. Amazing. You can find these at Mountain Mama's or online. You can photos. Now, for other people, there's also this one right here, but I also use this. This is good for cleaning and all that too, right there. I'll be right back. All right. I'm gonna pause this real quick, you guys. I got someone basically talking on the phone, so I'm gonna put it real quick. You guys just head out. You know what? While we're waiting for that phone call, them on the phone, because I'm not a Karen, and I'm videoing a household of other people. So what we're gonna do as they do that and they get done, we're gonna do some exercises, and I'll get right back to the potatoes. So let's do that. There we go. Here is my outdoor weight set, and I will be doing a full filming live on this as well. Of my outdoor exercising program that I have here. And if you have a weight set of your own at home, indoors or outdoors, utilize it on a nice, good, fun day. Okay, and get on it. Right now I have a nice, good black bar here. I have a 35 and a 10 on there, a 25 and a 10. That's all I need for warm-ups for the day. I don't want to do any heavy lifting. Don't do that in the mornings. Don't do any heavy lifting in the mornings. If you're going to be having an entire day of things to do, you're just going to exhaust yourself out and and just stress yourself out and all that kind of stuff. You're like, but I like doing that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just it's just going to basically impede on your day. It really is. So, but you want to do some warm-ups, and warm-ups are great. So let's do a warm-up while the kitchen, there's noise happening. I'll be right back to that about 3 minutes, so hopefully it'll be ready. First thing to do is to make sure that you are upright, not slouching. Don't do this getting ready to get into your exercise. And the reason I'm talking really loud is because I don't have my microphone on. Apparently, it was dead, so I left it on. My bad. All right, it looks like they're done, but we're going to go ahead and do one set of this, okay? Nice and stretch, be upright. I'm going to be teaching all this into my program. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, I did nothing yet today, so we need to do a muscle movement warm up before we lift weights. If you're just going to go lay down, pump it and pump it, you're just going to basically just soar yourself up and cause daily problems. Don't do that. Warm up, breathing and warming up. Nice, good movements. I teach all this in my online videos. Check a look like onto my Qigong bodywork and day classes. I basically, that's available for you guys to watch. Make sure you're breathing. Basic warm-ups. I mean, all the muscles you're going to use pretty much. Going multiple ways. Scratch your head itches. Make sure your zippers are zipped so nothing falls out. Breathe in deep. Breathe out deep. Breathe in deep. Out deep. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't just move yet. Right, basically get yourself back into relax, use the bar, and get up, straighten up. Don't hunch, don't hunch. Make sure you continue breathing. Now let's get back to our potatoes. And we'll come back at another break and do another set. All right, thank you for watching. Boom. Let's do this. And this is what's so awesome when you have a monopod. You can just take your filming everywhere. Let's get back into that. Oh, we were just outside. Let's wash our hands. We're gonna use that later. Back to cutting. I know you guys are probably like, hurry up! I got things to do! I want to see what else you're cooking. You can always come back to this video. Hello everybody, thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys got yourself, as you watch this on your phone or TV, you're doing Qigong, you are doing body work, you are stretching. You don't just sit there and watch things because that's unproductive of your body when you could be healing your body while you're being lazy. So do that. I hope you saw my videos. Please go to my videos on my page and subscribe. Once I get to 1,000, help me get to 1,000. And I'm going to be doing live self-therapy classes. Really, the reason being is because actual self-therapy that has nothing about sitting here doing food. Thank you for the likes. Continue hitting those, I don't know if it's like TikTok where you can go tap, 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 tap. I doubt it. Now this, as you can see, is probably about so far 3 servings. But as it cooks, you know how cooking is, it shrinks. That's a little, there you go. Remember, polygonic shapes, cutting up into like this, makes the stir better. Now, I'm almost done. So I'm gonna get my pot ready. Don't cut your fingers. Yep. Get the undesirable off. It's not really, it's edible, but not chewable. You know? Let it fry it. It's good when you fry it. Alright, next thing to do, we get out our heavy ass Dutch oven. And we have a lid. Alright, here's my Dutch oven. Today, the type of oil I'll be using is algae. That's right, using algae oil. It's got a high range, it's fucking expensive. Do not be sparring. I mean, you could use butter. You could use grapeseed oil, coconut oil, anything. Really, just do not use olive oil. It creates toxins. Now I'm going to put this on 4. Okay, now I just put my, you probably guys didn't notice me. I went ahead and put my stove on 4, which is basically below mid. Alright. We're going to let that heat up. We used to do that. And as that heat up, I'm going to toss those guys. Get it off the board. Let's go ahead and start cutting other things up. For instance, the next thing that we cut up are the other roots. Let's see. Oh, let's put that aside. Let's see. Parsnip. Awesome. Possums. Everything's already clean. Make sure you always wash when you bring home. Don't just throw it in the fridge. One of the reasons why you always wash your roots, because it soaks up the water. Yeah, it just really soaks up that water. And I'll be getting my beets in a moment. Remember, I went ahead and just cut it off of that end, so I'm not going to cut that end off, you know, because I'm not going to use this whole parsnip. And that's good, right? You think that was half? I felt that this feels a little weightier. But we cut down the middle. Cut down the middle. And then angles. This allows like it's angles. There you go. Put it in there. Next, we're gonna do a whole carrot. Oh wait, this one's a thick one. We're gonna start with always start with the thinner ones because these guys wilt a lot faster. All right. So I'm gonna cut the edge off because it's an undesirable, and I'm gonna cut the tip off, undesirable. For me, it is. I know you can put that into your compost. Here, just it's okay to have rollies, but don't, just make sure it's just angle. Angles are important. And is that enough? That's a lot of food. But I want one more carrot, so let's put this one away. This is a lot of food, isn't it? It's already 10 o'clock and I gotta go to work in a little bit. Right. There we go. That's enough carrots. All right. Let's get a beet. Nice. Oh. Asparagus. Jalapeno, bell pepper. So, I grab my beet out of the dirt. I don't put them in the fridge because they wilt. But for carrots and beets, I just put my carrots in there for things. I knew I was going to use it today. But for beets, what you do is you replant them and water them. And they stay firm and hard for the entire time. And a lot of times, they'll regrow leaves. And then what happens when you regrow that whole leaf? Chop it and eat the beet. I did it several times with beets where I just regrew the leaves, but then the beet becomes the fibers. Going to clean it up. All right. Now look at that. That's good. This is the type of yellow beet which I will use. Red beets bleed too much, but if you like that little look for Halloween, for it's up to you. What I'm gonna do is take out that undesirable right there. I'm gonna chop off that one, but I eat those because that's fiber. So just chop it out just right, you know, nice and neat. Let it down. There you go, small. Makes it really small. There we go. All right. All right. Now I'm gonna cut this. Oh, I could take that other. Those guys are undesirables too. Yep. Now I'll chop it in half, diagonal, little half. And just keep spinning the beet. Don't chop your fingers. And then grab the next one. You're like, it takes so long to cut, but it's going to taste really good on how it cooks. That's right. Because once I get this beet cut, now I'm going to put all that stuff into the nearly hot pan. We're doing this, right? Ah, almost lost a piece. Oh, that one's too big. Good enough? All right. You're like, that's a lot of food. It sure is. This can feed several people. Rinse those off. You're the type of person that lets food fall on the freaking stuff and just put it in there. It's gross. Here we have, without washing it. And now we're going to do our, now it's time to cut up our vegetables. Now we got our fruits in there. Oh, we need our stirrer. I'm going to get my stirrer. Just get that oil on the beet, on all that. And now we're going to get our sodium on there. Shake it up. I do my special powder blend. First thing you do is after you get those in, stir to the grease. You just get that sodium on there just a little bit. You know, desired taste. That's not too much salt, is it? No, it's not. That's finely tuned powder. I used a NutriBullet. I put my sea salt in there and I blend it into, like, you know how, you know, the same way they do powdered sugar, but you do it with salt. And it just amazingly coats. It coats, literally, that's, you know, everything really well. Don't use the beet salt. Don't use iodized salt. Don't use, you know, it has to be finely powdered to, it has to be finely powdered. That's all I gotta say. Next, let's get the pepper in. Now you want to always add the spices to the potatoes. Let's stir that. We do not put sauces in until these are half cooked, because the sauces will cake on the bottom and it won't fry correctly and it's going to take up the grease and all that kind of stuff. You just don't do that. We're not creating a simmer sauce. You just need to fry everything. You know, add more pepper. You're like, how much pepper did you use? Oh, that was $5 worth. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Spices to desired taste. Once you get used to this, you can add more to desired taste. Alright, now, I got that in there. Now, let's see what we got here. Let's get some ground garlic in there. Oh, yeah. Stir that in. Oh, that smells so good. Good. Now that we got that, we're just going to mingle that out. Make sure it's all on the bottom and good. And put the lid on. Great. Now we're ready to get the vegetables. All right. Let's get this cleared out. There you are. I never eat pepper seeds ever because they're bad for the gut and bad for the intestines and bad for the human body. So I'm gonna go in here and well, this is a very tough guy. This is undoable. So I'm gonna just cut it up. So I was hoping for some rings, but I can chop these up. Since I'm not wearing contacts, I can go ahead and use my fingers. Sometimes I'll use gloves. Use gloves if you wear contacts. So make sure you take out all of that seeds. Look at all those seeds. Now the thing about that, put them to the side, dry them out, grow your own jalapenos, especially the unique ones that you get from the farmer's market. Now I'm going to take these seeds out and I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep all those seeds because I'm going to grow these. I'm going to grow these guys. All right. Because if you're not growing your own food, when you have the availability to grow your own food, you're doing things wrong. You go get pots, a bunch of pots, and you get a pot, you put it on its place on a stone floor in a corner somewhere, and with a bunch of light and LEDs, and then you just literally can grow these guys in 3 months and have a ton of peppers. You know, indoors. You know, outdoors it'll probably take 3 to 6 months, depending on weather, situations, planting, and all that kind of stuff. So if you hydroponic in these guys, put it in the seeds in a hydroponic cube and just grow. I mean, oh my gosh. Seriously, do it all the time. I'm out of peppers. Anyway, I gotta grow over there, which I want to do a live and a whole cleanup and everything like that with my grow system. All right, now these have been in here for a minute. Make sure you have your mitt. Just do that. Stir. Make sure the pan's over there to get that water back in there. You always use a lid like this because it'll gather all that steam. And then when you lift it, it'll just go back right into that. And you want that. It prevents dry out. Using a Dutch oven, stovetop Dutch oven, indoor, whatever, is better for cooking than for most things. It really is, for a lot of things. Now, I'm going to use up this whole jalapeno. Yes. So what I do with these is either I'll do slices, you know, or cut. So I'm going to cut that in smalls. I don't want them too big, and I just want them like pretty much the size. Spoonable, yeah. Don't have to be perfect. You cut however you want. You can dice it if you want to. Put it off to the side. We do not put our vegetables in. Not until 10 minutes later, and these are cooked 10 minutes in, at least. Don't put any of your vegetables in. Okay. There's seeds on that. What I'm going to do is just break that off. I'm not going to use, I mean, I only buy one bell pepper at red bell pepper. It's like, why red? Because greens are unripe. But it's okay if you eat green. Greens are unripe. It's okay to eat greens. Not all the time. Sometimes you want to put a sweetness into your food. And red bell pepper provides sweetness. If you notice, there are no veins. There, you know, even though there's like a little bit of that vein right there. Take that off. That's an undesirable. Veins are undesirable. Take that off right there. That white, that stuff right there, it's undesirable. You don't want that in your food. It makes it bitter. All seeds and veins in your peppers will make your food bitter. Don't do it. Here we have, you know, I like my shit. Well, you can go ahead and destroy your body. So here we have more food. We're going to chop these guys up. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to add that right into that mix. It's all going to go in the same time. Yeah, there we go. Grab the next thing. As I said, these were all washed, but I just got them yesterday, so they're good. If you spend 3 days in the fridge, re-wash them. So here we're going to go chop. And I'm going to see how many I use. I'm just going to put that to the side, see. And I just want to slice them in half. I just want to make my broccoli flowers here into just small little pieces, you know. Not too big, you know. That's all I'm going to mean. All this is basically now turning into herb. And, you know, I'm getting another one. I mean, I already got a lot of potato in there. But we do not, this is basically a serving of broccoli. And that's what we need, is a serving of broccoli. Oops, gotta eat this. Well, remember your zucchinis and cucumbers don't last long, so when you buy a cucumber, you got to eat it within 2 days. Zucchinis within 2 days, it's been 3. So I want to chop that little undesirable off. Bam. There you go. Boom. And I'll chop that in half and put this one away. This is all the zucchini I need. So I just go a little bit at a time. No, it's okay to just sliver that up. I never had problems with zucchini seeds because they're microscopic, but if you cook them, then they change. They basically formulate and change them, stuff like that. You know, and these are good to have them like that, nice and low. All right, it's time. It's been a few minutes. Let's go ahead and stir this again. You gotta let it cook on one side for a good few minutes before you stir. All right. Next. Heck yeah, I bought. It was like so on sale, these asparaguses, and I'm like, heck yeah. Now, I already broke off the end pieces because it's undesirables. I don't like that fiber shit. You know, and I don't ever put them in my stews or anything because I just don't like those end pieces. There you go. That's all that's needed for that. Stir this again. I'm gonna check those potatoes. Look at those. Yeah, it's getting very close. Almost there. Remember, you gotta let these roots cook up for a good 10 minutes before you put that in. But because while that's cooking, you're prepping the veggies. All right, let's see what else I want in there. No more stuff. Yeah. All right. Is that sufficient? Yes, it is. Oh, that's. I need to eat these. Yep. Now, next thing, Brussels sprouts. Now, I need to eat these, so I'm gonna clean these and get rid of the outer leaves, and then use the inner leaves and cut them up. At the sink. I'm so glad that there's no more bitter in Brussels sprouts. You know, back in the day, if you're older than me, you'd be like, they were so disgusting. My parents wouldn't eat those. Well, some scientist was like, these are good for you, but I hate the bitterness. And he spent a lifelong dream to get rid of that, you know, and he did it for the entire planet Earth. That guy was a hero. Scientists are the real heroes. I mean, think about it. Taking a Brussels sprout, literally like grow after grow after grow just to get the bitterness out of every Brussels sprout on the planet. I mean, there's wild Brussels sprouts out there. But if you find some wild Brussels sprouts, I hope you know that those Brussels sprouts would be delicious and bitter. Let's go ahead and what we're going to do with this is just nice little chops. If it's too big, like this one right here, I'm going to do another half chop there. This one's a big one. I'll do a middle, and then bam. All right. Now that let's move these seeds out of the way. Stir. These are ready. All right. Put that. I bet you guys are like, why aren't you doing these in shorts? Well, it's time to get these in because you don't want your vegetables to cook for too long. That way they retain their nutritional value as much as possible. There we go. Ta-da, right? It's gonna look good. Stir that in. It's gonna mix in with the potatoes. It's the spices that are on the potatoes are gonna lightly coat the vegetables, which is what you want you to do. Because you don't want to actually put the spices on the vegetables. Because then your vegetables will be like, yeah. It'll be too much flavor in here. It's like you're not gonna have the separation of different flavors with the tasting the vegetables when they're like, you want to taste the vegetables. But you can add any sauce to this once you get this all ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. Sometimes after you add everything, just add a little bit of topper oil. It's like the English say, you gotta top it and top it and top it. And then there we go, nice fresh coating. There we go. That way it doesn't stick, nothing like that. But just enough so that way none of that sticks on the bottom because we're losing moisture there, and we want that. And we're gonna turn this down just a tad bit more. If the pan's getting hot, remember this is cast iron. If the pan feels like it's getting too hot in the cooking process, turn it down slightly. All right. And that's the reason why I got this below 4. Below 4. It's like 5 is mid, 4 is under mid, 3 is like a third, right? All right. This is all done. It's all done. Let's go ahead and clean up. Oh. Don't forget, you can also put onions in there, but I'm not doing onion today. I already got enough food in there. All right. I'm going to take that and put in the baggie. All right. We are going to save those seeds so we can grow. 'Cause that 30-cent jalapeno is going to make me grow and grow. So many jalapenos. Don't be perfect at that because it's going to get messy again. All right, time to stir. Now I'm going to show you the outcome in a moment. It's just about ready. Doesn't take that long after you get the vegetables in there because it's really just steaming at this point. You say it's cooking the vegetables. It's really, really steaming them without a steamer. Because it's on low heat and the steam is just, and this pan is lid is so heavy, the steam is not coming out. You really can't feel that anything coming out. I forgot to cut my leek. It's okay. Another time. Now this is at a crucial point where you can add condiments. But salt, pepper, and vegetables is usually also good enough. You know? Just having it nice and plain like that is good. Let's just turn that off now. I'm gonna grab my bowl. Look how big my bowl is. Now this is where we're gonna put our hand in the mitt. Get all that. It's already 10:15. Yay, I'm all done. All right. These are my minutes. Yeah. Didn't work. All right. Now you can see all of that. This is flavor. Yeah, so this is a lot of flavor here. All right, that's flavor. Those are spices. Yeah. There you go. Don't eat that. It's got carcinogens. All right, here we have. Oh, look at that food. Oh, that's how you. You got my door open. That's how you basically figure out that tastes good. The spices are good. Tasting her. Oops. I made a mess. Got distracted. Here we have that. I'm gonna put that back down. 43 minutes to make that, right? Well, 45 because you didn't see me prep a little bit before that. But look at that. It is good. Now you just distracted yourself for 45 minutes and did something constructive, like feeding yourself. This one bowl of food of roots and vegetables, caloric, proteins, everything, nutrition will give you what you need for all day. All right? Thank you guys for watching.